Hello. Today I'd like to bring this video to the point of Android phones starting out. Android, A-N-D-R-O-I-D, Android phones starting out. This might be a help to some people that have a phone, an Android phone, or to those that are thinking of replacing one, or perhaps getting involved in having a smartphone. S-M-A-R-T is a general term used for mobile phones that are also able to be connected to the internet, and we'll say more about that perhaps another time. So there's Apple's and there's Android. Apple are well known as a manufacturer, and their phones are all coming from the same background, whereas Android phones, the similarity or the commonality is the Android operating system, but there are very many manufacturers that make many models of phones based around Android, so there's a very large choice, also a large choice in the terms of price range applicable. My own way of looking at it is that I prefer to stay lower rather than higher in price, however high enough to get a phone that will do what will be of service to me and to the people and to the situations in which I want to commit myself and to be involved. Okay, so when you look at the phone, you've got, every phone has a back, all right? This is lesson number 1. Sort of joking, but it's true. Now you'll see on this one, there's a place here, an aperture there for the background there, the thing for the camera at the back, so you can take photographs going out from the camera, but into the distance, and also this one has a finger reader, or fingerprint reader. You can see that round circular aperture there, and I've set it up so that it'll recognize my fingerprint, and when I do, it opens the face of the phone so I can read it. When I shut the face down, I do that, and it's off. When I put my finger on the back, it does that. All right, we can look at that another time perhaps. Okay, so with the control buttons on a phone, the ones that protrude through this PVC case, and it's really worth getting, whether it's PVC, I don't know. It's a soft plastic, it's a see-through plastic, and it protects the outside of the phone and the back. I always make sure that if I'm buying a phone, if possible anyway, to get one that has this with it, because what it does, it protects against accidental knocking against some furniture or whatever, and if the phone were unfortunately to drop, it may protect the glass from breaking or the phone itself from having a major internal problem. Okay, so the buttons, you're going to have an on-off button on a phone, and in this case, on this particular model, it's on this side. There it is there, and so that's used for turning the phone on or off, or for setting the phone to restart if there's a reason to do that. Okay, so that's the button there, and on this side we have volume controls here. So when I press that up for the volume, I'm getting top volume. When I come to the bottom of that arm and press it down, you may see it on the screen, but it's turning the volume down, and when I go there, it's going up. Now these tabs will be, or these buttons will be sometimes on different sides of the phone than what you see in front of you, or wherever they are, but they'll be someplace, the on-off and the volume buttons. Now the settings are a very important part of the way the the phone is set up. You just click on the settings tab. It will often have like a coggy looking outline to it. It can be accessed other ways, but for simplicity we just select the settings, and when we go to the settings we'll see a variety of things that are applicable to the phone, brightness and battery and all sorts of things, but I'm coming down to one here, and it's there you are. Can you see it? It's about phone. So I go to about phone, and when I get there, I see several things that it's worth taking notice of. For instance, here we have the make and model. So this is an Oppo A53. Come down to the processor, which is here. Now the processor is what gets your phone moving along. It's got to process the requests you place upon it when you start pressing tabs or buttons or whatever. So to have a reasonable processor is a good idea. This one you'll see is an Octa 8-core phone. Okay, so there are phones that are more powerful in processing than this, but that is quite a good speed and the processor to have if you're able to, if you're getting another phone, to be able to get into one that's like that, or perhaps even better. Also, when we're in this section, you'll see over here it says RAM, RAM, which is 4 gigabytes. Now, RAM is not a pointer to a male sheep, but rather RAM is the random access memory, which once you've got your phone working, the random access memory, the RAM holds in its memory what you've opened up. So all of the data resides primarily or fundamentally on the internal solid state drive. But when you begin working with the phone, you open up various apps or programs and you're doing different things, then the the random access memory will hold that in memory to make it more quickly available while you're in that session with your phone. What else can we see? Yes, you'll see near the bottom on the left there it says, get the wake again, it says device storage, and you can see that the device storage total is 64 gigabytes. These days, if you're buying a phone, I would suggest don't go below 32 unless you really are only able to purchase something that's going out cheap at 16 gigabytes, but I'd aim for 32 and above. This one's 64 and they'll go much higher, and so it depends how many apps you're going to have on your phone, what you're going to do with the phone, but for general use 32 or maybe 64 if you can, and above if you're buying another phone is a good thing to aim for. If that storage is too low, like years ago I had one with very small storage, I only loaded several apps and I got messages saying that the phone hard drive was full, so I was very limited in it, and I learned from experience about the need to have a certain minimum size in the storage of the phone, which is just the built-in hard drive. It's a solid state drive. Okay, so just now to finish, just 3 little buttons across the bottom. They're barely visible. They're little icons actually. One looks like a triangle on its side. The one in the middle is a square, and the one on the left, I think you can see it possibly, the one on the left is comprised of 3 little parallel lines. Now, on mobile phones, these may appear differently, but there'll be items on the phone that will do the same thing. But anyway, many of them are set up in a somewhat similar fashion to this. If I can get this running again. Okay, now the one with the little triangle shape here, or little back pointer, sometimes that's on the other side, but whatever it is, it doesn't matter, just get to know what it is. And so if I click on that one, it will take us back to the previous page. And I could keep on going back with that one. Now the one on the far left here, but it may be in a different location on other phones, what it does, it shows you what apps are open. So I just pressed it and it showed me that. I press it again and it shows me the full size image. I press it again and it shows me what is open underneath. And so there's an opportunity to close all. You can see the instruction, or I could just grab that and flick it up off the screen. Alright, so I'll go close all, and well, I didn't quite close all, but if you work with it, it will. And then the middle one here is the one whereby you select the home screen. So when you're using a phone and you want to see your home screen, it can be confusing when you first start out, but remember to look for the little tab at the bottom, little on the screen, or sometimes they're on the edge of the or the bottom edge of the phone. That takes you, when I click that, will take me back to the home page where I started, and that's about it. So of course inside of this there'll be a SIM card, SIM. I'm not talking about SIN, SIN. We don't need a card for that, but what we do need is a SIM card. I forget what SIM stands for. It doesn't matter. What it is, it's issued by the provider of your phone and internet service for this phone to be able to make calls, receive calls, and so on, and perhaps have some data, which means provided through that same company. So there's a number of companies that do this, and the SIM card which goes inside of the phone, and there are different ways that it can be inserted, but only one way on a particular cell phone, a mobile phone. Then we have a SIM card inside, which means it's active, it's online, it's on the network, and it's able to communicate in terms of sending or making calls, or sending messages, or receiving calls, or receiving messages. Well, another day perhaps we can go on and share a few more things that might be a help to some people. Thank you for being with us, and you know, if you like this video, you're welcome to select the like button if you're on YouTube, and you can also, if you wish to, you can subscribe to our channel. We carry a variety of things, Bible and life and so on. So you'll get notified if you do that by a little gizmo that comes up when you're online with YouTube. You'll get notified of when someone or someone's channel, in this case my channel, has posted a new video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.